Good morning, everyone. I want to thank you so much for being here. This is OX8. This is our 8th one. It is absolutely amazing for this. Please give a round of applause to the entire Omeda team for this. This doesn't happen without the team. Everyone in this room produces some sort of event. So I just want to say, obviously, thank you to the Omeda team. You guys hear them, see them running around. Thank you. I also want to thank everyone in this room. We have wonderful clients. We have wonderful partners. We have friends. We have industry leaders, thought leaders here. And you're going to hear from all of them today. And this is, as we get started here, I'm going to take a moment because we're facing some uncertainty. And the uncertainty is around bot clicks. It's around traffic changing, your sources of traffic changing. We're also seeing disruption from AI agents, from your own advertisers or sponsors who think they're media companies. You're seeing folks you're dealing with on a daily basis becoming creators, and it's putting pressure on everyone here to be better. We also see maybe a little chaos. We see sort of whiplash news headlines that are causing our partners in the industry, our advertisers and others, to pause, to maybe not do programs we have. So we see disruption, we see uncertainty, we see some chaos. But what I see in all this is actually opportunity. There's opportunity in this room, I think more so than there ever has been. This room has some of the best content, some of the best audience data, some of the best activation channels, some of the best communities in the world. And I want to be very clear on that. These are market movers in this industry. There are industries in here and folks covering certain areas that are creating a new way of connecting with the audience. It's really powerful stuff. And with that opportunity, I think we need to create outcomes. And so this year's theme that we're going to be talking about is driving outcomes from the opportunity that we see, that I see, that our team see, that we see every day working with you from here. What we hear from you and some of the things we have asked each of you is what's working right now? We hear these questions all the time. How are organizations building smarter tech stacks? What's the biggest opportunities and biggest pitfalls that we hear and see? And so I'm excited today, we did this last year, to announce the 2025 State of Audience Report. This is something that we launched last year. It was a great resource, I think, and thank you for everyone who participated in this. And what's great about this is it gives not just us insights into what you're thinking about, but it also gives you all insights into what's happening and what we see in the industry and what you all see in the industry. To jump ahead here, audience is a growth strategy. That is something I think everyone in this room understands innately, is that when you have the audience at the center of your thinking, at the center of your activations, at the center of everything you do, it is a growth strategy. So successful audience teams are driving revenue, innovation, and engagement. That's one of the big things we saw from this. 2025, I think, marks a tipping point in the fact that data is no longer siloed, it's central to success of your business here. That is a piece of this that we are going to be talking about today, and how when that data is centralized and you're able to access it, the things you can do with it. The future, as I think many of us understand and believe in here, belongs to companies that own their audience data and own that first-party relationship, but know how to use it. That, to me, is a very important thing as we look at this. Now, some of the data which we saw in the State of Audience Report, we're going to talk about a little bit this now. Everyone here overwhelmingly understands the value that you have. 85% of our survey said that audience data is a competitive advantage. 9%, though, said that you're using it effectively, right? And we're going to talk a lot about that today. We're going to hear from folks who are using it effectively, and we're going to show some products and some things later this afternoon that's going to help you use it more effectively. But teams struggle with the activation, not the data collection. And I think many times we see this when we talk to all of you in here, How do we have this great data, how do we activate it? How do we make it better? There's a shift now, obviously. We've been seeing this as well over the last few years. The shift in search traffic is slipping. Newsletters and events and direct campaigns are surging. 62% say newsletters drive top audience growth. 77% cite events as a key revenue driver, with 53% hitting or exceeding your event goals this year in this report. First-party data is the moat. Having that access to that connection to the audience is the moat. But we also are seeing that ad sales are struggling. So yes, we're seeing events, obviously everyone in this room, other things we're doing, but digital ad revenue still dominates, but 50% of the survey respondents miss their ad targets. That's something we see a lot of. I think it's kind of interesting. I was talking to some folks last night. Sometimes when those major acts of God and things that are happening at a macro level, advertisers pull back, yet the traffic surges on our websites. People come to you as leaders and thought leaders and media companies because they want to know what's going on. They want to know what's happening in their industry. They want to know what's happening on the macro level. I find that always interesting. Advertisers go away, yet traffic surges, right? That's always a fun part of the game we play in here. The ad model, though, in my opinion, is broken unless you have the audience data at the center. I've spoken to some other publishers recently who are very large programmatic publishers. 5% of their direct traffic is sold directly. The rest is sold programmatically. It's really a struggle right now. Now, many of you don't have that issue. Some of you do. But it's a struggle if you don't have that audience data at the center. We also asked what leaders wish their tech could do. If they had the magic wand, what are the major things that they wish they could do? One, obviously, unified, clean data, smarter segmentation, clean attribution, predictive insights, and seamless platform integrations. What I'm excited about when I look at this, Omeda and the services and the platform we offer check all these boxes. And I also want to give thanks to many of the partners you see here today who integrate into the Omeda platform, into the ecosystem, so that you, as leaders and publishers of your businesses, don't have to worry about the vendor management. That's always a big pain. When I was a publisher, the vendor management was always a problem. But we have our friends here and the partners. We know how you want to operate. We will get things done with you to make sure that that partnership and that integration is happening seamlessly. We also have AI. We're going to be talking a lot about AI today and this afternoon. You can't go to a conference, a boardroom, or anything else and not say AI these days. 60% of teams are applying generative AI to their audience data. A lot of it is sort of that audience maintenance, though. A lot of it is a lot of the back of the house, cleaning the data, automating tasks. Some of the things we're going to talk about today and later this afternoon are ways we're going to start activating that audience data with AI, creating better insights for you, creating better opportunities to leverage the AI and to leverage the activation in the platforms to provide better services and revenue back to you as well as to your advertisers. The biggest takeaway from this report, we're really excited. Everyone will receive it. You'll have it in the inbox here today on this report. I highly recommend you read it. It's about a 30-page report. We put a lot of time and effort to it, and I want to thank everyone who responded to this. But first-party data is the moat. Unified data is the unlock. Activation remains the gap. And we're going to be talking, again, a lot about that today. I'm really excited about this conference. It has grown substantially over the years. We have some incredible innovation that we'll be talking about from here.